Yeah, anyway, I was watching and reading some stuff on this subject. I mean, I have been following this development of the fragrance influencers such as Demi Rowling and Michelle Curly Fragrance, who are now in Dubai, and making doing well anyway. I don't know if they are making really big bucks, but they are making money for sure. And now I go to Facebook. What do I see? I see an ad with Michelle there for she has landed a job at sorry the new that company called Super Z Budapest. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm starting to sound like Christopher Walken. Anyway, Budapest. Yeah, I I never really got into, of course, Curly Fragrance. I did watch her videos for a while. That was some time ago now. I think I stopped doing that like 2 years ago or something like that. When I realized she was only, you know, she's a pin-up girl basically. She's the fragrance community's, pin-up girl. Always was. So she doesn't really know much about fragrances, but she has managed to capture the attention of many male and some female viewers thanks to her combination of good looks, her very sexual language, and just her whole persona that is kind of, well, I guess appealing to some people anyway, because she is very energetic and cheerful and devil may care kind of person. Yeah, but I just thought she's just too much. Simple as that. However, when it comes to Miss Rowling, who is not gonna be a miss for very long, it seems. But anyway, um, yeah, I kind of liked her, and until recently, it was only recently that I unfollowed her because and why? Mainly because I saw that she had already made one collaboration video with Curly Fragrance, but now again, I see they are collaborating again, and I'm like, no, no, not for me. Sorry, not on my watch. And yes, so yeah, it is just. Now I like her less, of course, than I used to, for sure. I mean, it is all a job. Somebody said, I don't remember, it was, I think, Robes himself. That's a great guy, by the way. When it becomes a job, that's the problem. When it's a hobby, collecting fragrances and talking about them, then it's all good, all this. But once you really start making a living of it and uploading that content and all that, then it starts. Once your channel really grows, you start getting the free bottles, you start getting this, start getting that, endorsements, blah blah blah, and then it's all over. Now you are no longer just a reviewer. You no longer have your integrity, unless you refuse, of course, the whole game. But who? Come on, realistically, how many do refuse these offers? Not many, right? So now you are no longer you. You are a company man, working for a man, working for a company, and But the problem is people, the regular people who will watch your videos, they don't know that really, not necessarily. That's the problem. I didn't know, like when I watched Jeremy, but then I started suspecting, this guy's always pushing the same brand, same fragrances. Could he be getting paid by some of these, And of course, he denied it in his own video. But come on, any fool in the end who has watched him long enough can tell, yeah, he is getting paid. He is he has been bought, in other words, by some company, I don't know, or maybe several. And then he got his own company as well. And that didn't go like expected, especially like he expected himself, I bet. I mean, I think many people kind of expected him to do well, and really well, even. But enough about him. I already talked enough about that man. Now it's about his female successors. And you remember a while back I talked about Michela's fragrance that she released this year, earlier this year in the spring, I believe, which cost even more than Jeremy's. And to my disgust, like, come on, a fragrance reviewer from YouTube, not even a good one, releases her first fragrance and it costs $250 or something, 270. I don't remember the price. Yeah, it is at least 250. And I'm like, holy crap, what the hell? How is this possible? And maybe some light, yeah. And so no, I don't think so. I look better like this. Um, so yeah, and nothing. That's it. That's it. How is that possible? That's the part where it becomes really interesting. So she was doing this stuff for years. Nobody sponsored her in Europe. I mean, there were talks. I remember some people claiming that she did something for Escada, I guess, but she denied it and was very angry and even gave him a finger. And how classy of you, Michelle. And yeah, but what happens? She goes to Dubai, and why? Because Demi Rolling already is there. And she has seen that she's done really well for herself. Now she even got an app called Sniff. How original, how creative, and doing really well, of course. Alright, what do these two women have in common? They are both attractive, young. I don't know how old Michelle is, but she still looks young. I mean, she's still rather young. She's probably 30 or something. 30, I don't know. Demi might be like, I don't know, 27, 28, something like that. Anyway, so she goes there and just like that, she gets a fragrance of her own. Now you might ask yourself, wow, well, some poor soul, out there, I've done so much. I've done this for like 10 years. I've gathered intimate knowledge. I've spent so much of my own money on these bottles of perfume, and I don't get a damn thing. But this girl, this silly girl, who talks about, things that nobody should really talk about while reviewing a perfume. She just does it just like that. After only a few years on YouTube, I don't really know when she started, but it couldn't have been that long ago. So, yeah, how does it feel? You might ask. Yeah, I mean, you have people who will never get so far because First of all, they are not so good looking, maybe. Second of all, they refuse to take the paycheck from the first damn company that offers it to them. Maybe they don't like that company, what they sell, of course. So how am I gonna, big up that company when I don't really like their scents for fragrances? So yeah, and then you say no to them, and then that's it. That's, I think, pretty much how it works. Because some people have probably started shilling for a smaller company, then they moved up. Probably, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I mean, what it seems to be, what seems to be going on over there in Dubai, whatever, however you call it, is a really bad thing for the whole fragrance community and the fragrance industry. If a girl, I mean, from what I heard, I didn't try her product, fragrance by Curly Fragrance, but haven't really, well, I've seen a couple of reviews that were kind of mildly positive, but I haven't seen anyone that really said it was really worth that price for sure. And even worse, the same as with Jeremy, they didn't make any decants. That's what you should do first. I mean, as at the same time, at least, as releasing your fragrance, you should right away, before or right after, release a decant, right? A sample set or something. So of course, so everybody can try it first before spending a whole fortune. Like, to many people, that is a fortune to spend for a perfume bottle, for one perfume bottle, 250, $300. And then, they think, oh, it's gonna be good. Some of them are so naive and impressionable. They think, oh, since it's hers, that she probably works with the best perfumers. Nah, I wouldn't be so sure, really. But yeah, and very often it happens that once you get it, you try it, you think, oh, this is what I blew so much money on. Yeah, it's not really laughing matter, it's sad, but yeah. So when it comes to Miss Rolling, as I prefer to call her now, yeah, I always thought she was nice, and I saw a couple of her Insta lives, and she was, answering many questions and all that. So I got nothing to attack her for there. But yeah, it is a little weird. I mean, some things about the way she kind of, succeeded in the business. I mean, like there were also criticisms directed at her for her choice of her boyfriend, now fiance, because his parents are connected. They have connections in the fragrance world, and so yeah, it seems like, though, I don't know, but it seems like, if I didn't know better, I think that she was using her looks and charm to just get as far as possible in this world. And that is the problem. People have now found some sort of a loophole. Like, yeah, all you need to be, you don't even have to possess any knowledge really on fragrance. And like, if you watch an average Demi video, she never describes them really good. I mean, any of those fragrances she's done so far. She just goes, yeah, this is really fine, sweet, sexy, whatever, but she doesn't really go in depth into the depth there. She doesn't. So, and she always pushes, for a while she was all about PDM, Marley, and then she was all about Sergio, and then she was all about Inspiro. Was it Sospiro? Yeah, yeah. And then, it it always changed, but there was always a whole, like a period of 4, 5, 6 months that she mainly talked about one brand, and then she would move on and so on and so on. So this is pretty transparent, She is a major shill, definitely. And then, because of all this, she was starting to get some hate online and trolling, and then she, plays that sympathy card. She goes, public with her problems, like drinking problems. She declares that she was an alcoholic but isn't anymore, and yada yada yada. And also, I didn't watch it, but a friend of mine said that she did watch some kind of video or a stream or something where she was talking about her childhood, where she was gonna be a ballerina. Then she suffered, anorexia and stuff like that. Of course, that's no joke. But why talk about that like on a fragrance stream or a video? Like it sounds to me like somebody is fishing for sympathy. But that's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, man, this is a really dirty business, and I have no problem with people who are really experts in this field, and then they get to collaborate with some of the best perfumers. That's great. I think that's great, fabulous. But what I don't like is these people who are really novices in this world and don't know really much more than the average Joe, maybe just a little more. And they get to, they get their own, first they get their own perfumes, then they get their own brand, even house or company, whatever you call it. And that's just wrong, but that's how it works, in the capitalism and yeah, business world. Young, pretty faces will always sell, that's for sure. But what doesn't always sell is their own products, So, yeah. Because, and why? Because they overpriced them, first of all, like Jeremy also, they don't really use enough, thought when creating, well, let's not say creating, but anyway, yeah, when creating these perfumes, they don't always use the best people, and sometimes they use synthetics so to save money. So that's real greed at play there for you, for sure. It's them. It's terrible. Really. All right. See ya.